What I meant to say is it's probably not because of that if he's been in game leading for weeks. So who knows? Maybe it's an anomaly. I have no idea what's going on, Dan. But we're about to find out what will happen on Inferno.
It's a good word, anomaly. Anomalous.
Anonymous.
Okay, so it's
Cabobulous.
It is pistol time, and looks like the CTs want to meet the Ts for a bit of an exchange in middle. The exchange, though, will be met with repulsion now from Mixwell as he falls back in. Stanislaw gets dinked as well. That is the most awful feeling on this map when you just get immediately dinked. It feels hopeless. It feels like you're dead already and you can't do anything, as one bullet from one of those Glocks is just going to completely wreck you. So looks like we shall have push finally arriving on the site, but now the B players are starting to get some action in. What is going on? Stanislaw, one of the two players, tagged down. He's going to take 3 headshots. He's striking from beyond the grave, James. He was basically dead, but still killing people. What is this?
It's a good day for Stanislaw, Dan.
It is, yeah.
He has been quite busy for his team, and he continues to be a very fast 3K there with the USPS to put Optic off to a strong start. Optic on the CT side as well. Those are the kills they needed, Dan. Those are the kills they got. Just one frag onto Complexity in that pistol. Onto Sanks, obviously, this is not a map where you want to be picking up scouts, for example, in this situation. So he will be rolling with a P250, full armor, and a smoke.
Yes, indeed. So the apps push, the good old, the classic, the push through the apps. Rush is waiting there, so Rush could be in for all the eco, well, the forced by frags. But looks like 2 players will split off into the boiler area, though without boiler room. The boiler is no longer there. It has been put in for repair, James.
It's on a truck, Dan.
The repair's taking a while. It's being upgraded. So here we go. We have the push in from the Ts and the Tech 9s raining in, precipitating death and destruction. And so far, it's Surreal who's making the frags for the team. And there is the third one, Surreal, with lots of damage there. And it has to be the retake from the B players. A disaster strikes Optic, and it's all due to the Tech 9s into A from the apps.
Everybody waits. Bomb gets planted in the middle of the sites. Flashes come in from the CTs, bit of spray coming in. And his teammate will push before he can join them because he was going for the reload in daf-fly, so perhaps that's a mistake. I don't know. Either way, Complexity have won the force there. They have won the force around an important round they needed to win, and they have. They've won. They are the victors. What is the response from Optic? Often people will force, and they will do exactly that. They will force.
Yeah, you basically have to. There's no other play that makes more sense than just forcing back immediately, due to the fact that your opponent's economy, unless no one died, will suck. So here we go. The push comes in from the Ts. Will the force buy do anything here for the TTs, or will Complexity convert on their previously won force buy round? Looks like life is quite bad for Optic, but I like what Complexity are doing. It's just kind of just holding now. Just holding, seeing if they can bait the response. You've taken advantage. Will the CTs push the A side of the map? Looks like they're actually holding. But that is a real possibility, and by waiting, you actually punish a preemptive flank from the Optic side in this situation. Yeah, I saw a moonwalking chicken there in the balcony. Wonderful. All right. Yeah, still just getting the moonwalk on. Oh! Holy.
Moonwalks backwards.
Wow.
The chicken appears to be going forwards. Therefore, Dan, it is a reverse or an inverse.
Well, it's actually not even moving. Just on the spot.
That is true.
So it's a neutral moonwalk.
It's an invisible treadmill walk, Dan. All
right, we've got the push coming in. Slowly but surely. And player after player for Optic will slowly but surely fall. Although Android X23 will die as well. It's a Dragon Ball Z reference, by the way. Good old Dragon Ball Z. And here it is. It's actually looking a little bit strained now. Complexity looked like they had everything under control, but now things looking a little bit weird. Daps going in with a CZ, cannot get it done. So you should love the chances here for Complexity. There should surely be no way Optic can save this.
Yes, that was a money Molotov. Stanislaw, I mean, he can save his armor for the next round. I like the boost. I like the idea of it. But the MP7 not best for that particular range. Thanks getting a bit tagged. But I mean, these players can entirely save this weaponry for the coming rounds, and they will do exactly that. So 2 kills. They've got a good gun to get some bonus money in if they can manage to salvage some other kills in the coming rounds as well. Obviously, that CZ will continue to be dangerous. So there's much to do here for the CT side with these saved guns. But Complexity will, after a bad start, continue well 2-1 score coming up. The explosion is glorious. I remember one update on Inferno where the blast radius of the bomb was increased. Some people think that the bomb blast is identical on every map, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. More research shall be done on this subject. I know there's a command in the game which will show you the bomb blast radius, but maybe it's merely the default bomb blast radius. More investigations will be done on this, and I shall report back to you, loyal people. So, Optic, let's see, Stanislaw and Rush, they are the people with the weapons. We see Mixwell up on the booth trying to be as hidden as possible. We've got Rush over there with the MP7 playing CT, and Stanislaw with the CZ is towards the balcony on short over towards A, but there'll be no one to engage him just yet. Complexity will bide their time with a minute 15 on the clock. They will wait, but hopefully they won't wait too long. We see a habit of that happening in North America, not necessarily from this particular team. So we've got some baity nades coming in, and as you can see, Complexity still have the inventory to do them again. Pop flash coming top mid, so real estates will be taken. Now let's see, does Whitmer opt to go through to CT spawn? Just continuing, lots of jumping. If you're wondering why he's jumping all the time, it is because he's trying to avoid being headshot by somebody popping around the corner unexpectedly, so he can field a defense.
Yes, he can. Oh, and it's going to be Whitmer fielding the defense this time around. Rush dies. Poor Rush. And Android will make his way in now. The first man for Complexity into the B-bomb site. And so far, he's not spotted anyone. Nap is there, though. And he's going to get shot down by the USP. Trade comes in. Have to see if that's going to really mean all that much. Mixwell, if he gets a quick pick here with that CZ, maybe something's doable, but he will not get a single thing. So instead, it's Daps with the MP7 left alone. And the world is indeed cold. I hope he's wrapped up like Thorin, James, because then he will survive the wintry conditions.
Indeed. So I wonder where Daps is going. This is not really, well, it depends. I mean, standing by the bench in mid is a better blind spot than standing here, although there is a chance the T's running down could just go into T spawn. Misses the shot, so that really hasn't worked out, and he'll get taken down. So we'll see Optic coming in for the buy. Look at the money, though, on these Complexity players. They are not doing terrible for the cash by any means, but Optic are going to have a really bad buy. daf-fly opting for the FAMAS so he can pick up some nades, and really, we should perhaps see a bit more of that. Although, I mean, their priority will be smokes and counter flashes. They have smokes, so they're good at the moment. Molotovs would also be ideal. However, one life gives you lemons, Dan.
What do?
You don't have Molotovs.
I see. So here we go. We have the Molotov being set up here for the bedroom clearance. It's on fire, James, but only momentarily. As everything doesn't seem, well, things don't seem to catch fire here in Counter-Strike. So the flames will be vanquished, and we'll see the push coming in slowly but surely as the apps are taken away. So they've basically got the default map control, although they didn't push. By there I mean Complexity did not push towards the top of Banana just yet, so they don't know if anyone is playing close there, which is the only bit of map control they don't really have. You see them pushing into mid now, and due to the fact they don't have top Banana, the option to double back into B is a little bit weaker, as you don't know what's going on, but they are going to fall back a little bit instead after leaving a lurker at top mid, or perhaps two lurkers at top mid, or is everybody going back? Looks like will Whitmer stay. It's very common for teams to just, after taking this mid control, to leave a player here, because if the CTs play information, you can obscure it, you can get a kill, you can cut off rotation if your team does go for the B push, and it does indeed look like Whitmer's going for the classic play here. You often see someone like Get Right doing this, lurkers with other team. This is a prime time for them to have a lot of action. You can see the quick kill by Whitmer. That's really important. That's really going to sell the play here, and that's going to mean that the rotation will be very delayed here from A as well. So 4 against 2, can they get it done here? The Complexity side looks like so far so good. The side is cleared. Whitmer will die, but he will slow the rotation, allowing a Blom plant, James.
Nice. Well, these 3 players are quite tagged because of that Molotov. I do wonder if the Optic side will have a read on that situation. Although it seems they are going to cut their losses and leave. We've seen lots of saving in the last map or two, and it will continue here on Inferno for the Optic side. Complexity moving 4-1. Again, Optic won the pistol there, but Complexity fighting straight back off to a good lead in their T-half so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, for me, quite unknown as to who will win this. But I'm sure Jason Lake is watching with bated breath, especially after that performance in the first map from Complexity. Now I do wonder what Optic's response will be now, because they saved 2 weapons. And I think it's a marginal call as to how you play this, due to the fact that on a map like this, you do want to be able to have all the nades. And I really love that we see the UMP on DAPS. So they are going to be able to get a decent amount of nades, but I would wager that not enough nades, because they are missing 2 smokes and potentially 2 extra incendiaries. And I think those make a really big difference on this map, especially with the addition to the round timer that we've seen. I think the ability to delay is really undervalued in some instances. But ladies and gents, savor Inferno, because Inferno is going away. Taking a vacation, James.
Taking a leave of absence, Dan. It is leaving the building. Leave of absence was better. I should have just left it there.
Yeah,
I went too far, Dan.
You went too far,
I
indeed.
overextended.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Okay, well. Optic still have some grenades in the bag. The T's moving up to top mid now, and you can see Optic have been forced back by the T's, which means they'll have information much shorter. Mixov, a great pop flash there, and the Whitmer will be taken down for it. Nothing to really get there apart from information, as he had a Mac 10. Did Whitmer. But 2 plays lost here for the CT side. Mixov has to come in big, but it will be small. Just the 1 frag for him, and then the trade. Now the T's have control of the pit. Optic are well out of position once again, and I do see a save coming, Dan. I see the save coming. Unless daf-fly can get a quick frag, but it seems unlikely. Sees the elbow of Android X, but the Android will take him down. Now Daps is trying to duel with UMP for some reason. Not the best idea. Versus the rifle. I respect the burst play though, but no dinks have been had by Daps. And he is going to be hunted, Dan. He's going to be hunted like a rich person's thought. He appears to be on fire. He will indeed fall to the flames. That is a brutal, painful way to die.
It is indeed. So far, Complexity having a really good go of this. And they've put Optic into a lot of suboptimal positions that Optic have not been able to handle super well, as we can see on the scoreboard. And Complexity, with so much money at this point, that if they are able to get up to 10 rounds on their T side, you really love their chances to take this best of 3. But I have to hold that fort. We've got Whitmer pushing in very rapidly there with the Mac 10. There's an extra player, Napflight, by the car, who will pick up the first kill in return for the team. But still, it is just a few pistols now. 3 players left for Optic. Complexity, all they need to do is put all the bodies together, huddle up and push into a bomb site. They can randomize which one, James. Doesn't really matter at this point. Just got to get it in together. And it will be should be a victory in the round, bringing it to 6. Mixwell's position is very scary though. If they're complacent and they don't check that, that's very scary. Down. But the Molotov goes in.
They're using the flames, they're using the fire.
There we go.
They're using petrol and matches. How many rounds do Optic need on their CT side to be able to field a reasonable attack on their C side? Right now, we're looking at 1 to 6 here for the Optic side.
More, James. More than they have.
They need more.
They need more.
In a word.
They need more.
More. Well, alrighty then. 1 to 6. Again, after... I mean, are we going to see a third map where one side completely dominates the other? That could entirely happen.
I don't know. It's hard to predict at this point. I felt like Optic would kind of just crush through Complexity in a 2-0, and I was very, very wrong, it would seem, as we're on the third map. Well, they crushed on one map, but they themselves were crushed on another map.
Well and truly
on
crushed.
each other's picks, or no less, which is a little even more strange. But we'll get the deep banana take potentially coming in, or the nades to allow Optic to do so. But the counter grenades from the from the T's actually prevent them from moving forwards, which is actually quite an interesting note, because now they're going to potentially give up the forward push. I see that they just dropped the smoke in front of the car. The Stanislaw, I think, is, well, he's playing in front of the car. So, interesting situation here now. Or was there a smoke drop? No, there wasn't. So I must be seeing things, James. I'm actually seeing things.
You're damn crazy, Dan.
I'm crazy.
You cray.
I'm cray.
Well, Optic rotating a fourth player over towards the A bomb site, excuse me. They still have 2 smokes in the hole, so Banana may be off limits for a while. We have flashes to try and get Mixwell off the corner, but it's going to be Whitmer who was tagged down to 18. That flashbang was somewhat ineffective. We see Whitmer has revealed that he stayed in position by firing the shot while blind, going for the flashbangs right back. So Optic have some information to stay over towards A with 4 players. However, daf-fly is moving closer towards Speedway now. 35 seconds left, and Complexity still don't seem committed. We've got a bit of poking by Android over towards Banana, but is there time for rotation? Should that be called by the team?
Yeah, it's getting quite scary now as the T's are so close. And Surreal's going to be, well, he's trying to push in, but that nade comes in at the right timing. Mixwell will drop thanks. See you later. Daps in with a frag as well. Looks like the shutdown Complexity starting to struggle into this round. Whitmer takes a frag, but he is now dead. Android is dead as well. And that will be that. 4 players left alive. Optic will survive with good economy intact, more or less. Well, okay, I don't know why I said that, James, because I'm a goddamn liar. Their economy is not good, it's okay after that situation, but they need to convert on this next round to really start driving some momentum forwards in the economic sense of things.
Complexity they left it till they were 20 seconds on the clock. They did not have control of Arch or of Short. Mixwell shot a face straight in the face over towards Arch. And then all the cards came tumbling down from there. So, so again, we did mention, you know, are we going to see some rounds where people just don't give themselves enough time to breach? And that's a perfect example. 20 seconds. I can't even see Nabi doing that with no frags on the board. I like the boost coming in. Don't really see it from this angle. Sometimes you see it top mid from teams such as Renegades looking down mid. Stanislaw taking a ton of damage here. Still alive though, and he can allow Mixwell to have first engagement, although Complexity have been on point with the Molotovs, so Stanislaw's taking a risk here. Speaking of which.
Yeah, it's going to have to fall back now. 12 HP, not a good situation for Stanislaw. Very susceptible to spray through smokes, or very susceptible just generally to death, James. Death is looming, susceptible to death. Now we have the T's just holding right now. They want to get the B split in. It's quite clear. Can they get through Arch side though? Stanislaw, to be honest, is not much of an obstacle with being such low on health. Also low on health. He goes to the spray actually. They don't check immediately, and you'll get actually a frag out of this. So the B split now will be known, but it will how can Optic handle the chaos? Oh, that's with a great position by the tree there. Able to spray into Whitmer's back, and that's going to be a tough situation for the T's here. Andrew's going to try to get the plant down, but he's only got 1 player to support him. Going for the safe plant by first Oranges. That's spraying wildly there, a little bit through the smoke. Doesn't find too much. Android and Sanks, can they hold on? The CTs are already in position to attack just as the bomb's been planted, so there's lots of time for them to take in playing this cautiously. Rush is convinced that Android is where he is, but the pop there, the single step to the pop, and that's going to be Daps with the trade back onto Sanks, and Android with another one. Android with 3 massive kills already. Can he make it 4? Yes! The 4th kill comes in. Android saving the round for the team. And Complexity are going to steal away a beautiful round for... I say steal. I mean, they won that fair and square. That was a nice B-split play from them. And that's going to really put Optic in a horrible spot. Their economy has been reset.
Optic are in a lot of trouble here. 2-7 on their CT side. They've got no money. Rush with the Mag 7. It's not quite cobblestone. We can't expect the same effectiveness. Mag 7 and a smoke grenade. Best of luck. I wish you, sir. daf-fly looking for the 1D. He's about to peek, but gets flashbanged. Can't escape much. Can't expect much from Optic in this round. Again, Complexity making good use of Molotovs here. Looks like they've had some recent improvements, actually. Being meticulous with their approach, or trying to be. Get more Molotovs, but still no push, and they Have seen more Molotovs to push with, but it seems there's facing a bit of peeking here from some players top mid, Mixwell being taken down. Still looking for the 1-deegs though, some of these CTs. Well, one, just daf-fly with the 1-deeg. A bit more again is going to be the information man flashed in. Got to be weary of Boiler, however. And indeed, there is a Stanislaw. He hasn't not checked the angle properly. Stanislaw not really getting a kill just yet. Whitmer! What is he doing? What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing there.
I know, James, best not to think about it. Cast it from your mind and be happy, James. Live in ignorant bliss. Now, as we have this 4v2 play out, the mag from Rush is still in play. And now it's out of play. It is well and truly out of play. So that's the round there, just cleaning up the last player in that. And 3 players survive for complexity there. Economy there. Money is stellar, magnificent, spectacular, fabulous, wonderful, wondrous, and marvelous, and majestic, James. It's all of those things and more, as now it's the 8-2 scoreline.
Mixwell has a good spawn. He can obviously either peek down mid with this spawn of the AWP, or he can run into apps. A bit more dangerous, perhaps, to peek second mid balcony. Which one is he going to choose? It is going to be mid, or he will spot a bit of a leg there, but do nothing with it. He should know his angles. He sees Banks in the cool space. That's just completely blind and exposed, just standing there, completely white, hoping his smoke will save him. Somehow he didn't go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Down to 9 HP though, that might end up being a pretty big difference. But the thing is that because he survives, he has a smoke and a flash he can still throw. Although, of course, if he died in that forward position, that smoke would not have easily been recoverable from his teammates. So it does make a difference. And Android looks to be perhaps going in to try to start some action here. He's not satisfied with Daps getting away. He wants to execute him personally. And who will be dispatched here? But 2 players from Complexity, courtesy of daf-fly. Surreal getting some action back in there. And Naf pulls out the pistol now, trying to get it done, but it's going to be Complexity with a couple frags back, but still not good enough. Sanks left with 17 health as the last hope here for the Complexity side. Can he get the bomb down? Looks like he can. And this is going to be a ridiculous situation for Sanks to try to clutch with 17 points of health. And the TT is already knocking at the bomb side. How on earth does he do this? He needs to find 3 headshots. There's no question about it. As the CTs start to pile into the site. Nades in as well. He's exposed to so many players. The full spray comes in. What are you going to do? 1 kill is pretty good, to be honest, out of that situation. 1 extra kill, and round goes to Optic. But still, I mean, they lose 3 players, and the money is still amazing for Complexity. So there's no... Optic are never going to be up against an eco here. They're going to have to win buy versus buy every time in the rest of this first half, I believe.
I'm surprised he didn't continue to push through construction. Obviously, we have complete information there, but it seems that Optic weren't considering the flank at the time. Either way, buy for both teams. Optic now with a chance to get back into things. P90 coming out into daf-fly. Always good to see on Inferno.
Just quickly, by the way, I was actually wrong. There's only 1 buy left from the Complexity, and the condition is that they have to get the bomb down. So, and even then, it's ropey at best. So,
well, Android's got 7.5k.
So yeah, that he can kind of drop, but still, they need a bomb down, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I spoke to lies again, James. I'm generally untrustworthy, it seems. I'm a miscreant, not to be trusted.
At least you're a handsome miscreant, Dan.
Well, that is your opinion. So we have the players of Complexity moving through the apps, and shall we see if they're able to accomplish anything here? Here we go, Def, first man. Entry found by him as well, and 4 versus 4 now, as Optic start to scramble back in for the retake. That is a fast bomb plant here, just straight in, 1 frag, bomb down. Now Optic in some trouble. Mixwell always looking for the pixels. Oh, he's denied Jace, the smoke will deny him.
Gotta be careful with those angles. 4 versus 4. That's upgrades for an AK. Scott still holding that angle, but the clock is ticking for these Optic players. Stanislaw coming in with a Molotov, but there are 2 people in the pits. Def coming in for the spray down. That's 3 fast kills. Make that a 4th. In-game lead, they're getting 2 of them. Complexity 9-3. And I really feel like the bubble of air is getting smaller for Optic in the barrel in which they seem to be locked.
That is quite a scenario that you've constructed there. They are slowly but surely drowning. They are going to drown. Their lungs will fill with water, James, and they will no longer be able to breathe. That's thanks to that. So it is definitely indeed going to be a struggle, but perhaps they can get something going here. We have a quick push coming from Whitmer, just powering through with that Mag 10, but only for so long before he will fall, and his teammates will pick up the pieces, and they will get the bomb on the site. So pretty easy anti-eco here for the complexity side, looking like they might even be able to get to 11 rounds. 10 seems somewhat assured, and the snap can go completely nuclear. Here he goes, up by the doors. Gets 1 kill, that's it. That is it, 1 and done. One and done.
1 and done. Rush again with a Mag 7 and a scout, smoke, not a scout. Seeing some 180s there. Nice mouse movement, but it's not going to be enough to win this round, unfortunately, for the gentleman.
I'm very sad because you always end up killing a lot of fish. Oh, how many fish have died, James? How many fish have died?
I bet that's one statistic that Valve are not tracking.
How many fish have died? How many, James?
You can't shoot them, but if you put a HE in there, they die.
You can shoot them.
You can?
Yeah, you can shoot them.
I believe they were dead.
It's actually quite
Even though it looked like they
relaxing
just
watching
slowed
them.
down. What, die?
No, not die.
It's relaxing to watch them die then.
Oh, I guess they do just.
You are.
But it's weird because they just because it's almost like a Doom style. What is it called? Sprite. It's almost I think it's just like a sprite in the game. Obviously, because maybe for a performance, you don't want to have like the 3D models there, and so you can just use a sprite. And so when they die, it's like they're just made of like a sheet of paper, and they just like float up. It's super weird. Anyway, we have 10-3 already, and the buy from Optic is quite frankly appalling. It's abhorrent. It is absolutely atrocious.
It is pretty damn bad.
All these words, man. We have some words sometimes.
I love the word abhorrent.
Abhorrent is a good word.
It's a glorious word.
It's underused and underrated, undervalued. Let us see if Complexity can get a clean one here. It doesn't even matter. I mean, their money's so good. They just need to win rounds. But I mean, I guess the interesting thing is if they're going to get that 12-3. 11-3 seems guaranteed. Obviously, it is an eco for Optic. Optic will be able to buy in the next round, I should think, unless a massive mistake is made. And like Fox earlier today, they just buy a scout instead of an AWP, and then buy the AWP. But if they try to buy a scout, they won't have enough money left for an AWP afterwards, so better not make that mistake.
Oh, he's missed! No! He's missed again! No! And again! Daps, wait! Oh, Daps, please!
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Daps, you can't do this.
That's embarrassing.
Daps, why you do this?
The sad thing as well is that the kill bonus from that would actually have helped him massively. Like, and that should be a guaranteed frag, right? He got 3 shots off close range of the mag. That should be a guaranteed frag, and he would have an incendiary right now. He could have a helmet. He could have James AP250 as well.
That is something we must move on from, Dan. Sometimes it's not your day. Today, perhaps it is not Optic's day. I
feel for Daps. I suck, but except I suck all the time. So here we go. We've got the 11-3, looking to be like it could be a 12-3. Definitely advantage Complexity. Oh, the snap from Whitmer. Nice entry, just crouching into the angle, not even using any grenades there. The raw peaks. The raw peaks. And now it's the retake city here for Optic.
They have no choice but to retake, because they probably would save otherwise. But they have no choice but to retake. Retake they must make. Mixwell coming in. Sanks maybe going a bit too far on his own, and Banana, unfortunately for him, he had 2 men to engage with. Down to the 3 versus 3, and now Surreal's playing the close corner. With his teammates flashing in, Surreal has one more flash, but he can't throw it from where he's standing. Mixwell not going to take 1-man spray down. Trades from Rush, 2 versus 2 now. Eaton Potty, North American style. With a bit of cilantro maybe, whatever that is. I don't even know what that is, Dan. Rush alone. Unable to do it. 12-3.
That is big. That is big, James. That's enormous. Gargantuan. 12-3 is a very nice scoreline. That's got to feel comfortable. How have we seen? Did we not just see 12-3, 12-3, 12-3, just repeatedly, just throughout this entire best of 3, just constantly, just dominant halves?
We saw a 13-2, Dan.
A 13-2, a 12-3. It's madness. Madness. Absolute madness.
The end appears to be nigh for Optic, because how do you get 3 rounds on your CT half and come back on Inferno? That said, it's probably happened against Hellraisers in the past, but that aside...
Oh, yeah. I know someone who bet a lot on that match, on Hellraisers. Oh dear.
That aside, we will see.
Yes, indeed, we will see.
Not impossible, but perhaps one result is inevitable.
And I would say this is a massive upset for Complexity to take down Optic. I would
Yeah,
say
I mean,
that's a huge upset for me.
that is a huge upset, indeed. I want to see what the lounge odds are.
Okay, once you do that, I shall see how the progression is on the current pistol round. Optic, where will they go? Where will they go? The bomb is towards the bottom of Banana. Decisions have not yet been made, but soon, perhaps decisions will be made. Which I love speaking these like redundant sentences. They're fantastic.
Dan,
That's like such a caster thing. It's like,
what do you think?
Let me just say this this like long-winded thing that makes no sense and cancel it out. Anyway, the push will finally arrive for the A side. Oh, the pops! The pops are coming in. Mixwell with 2 quick kills. Android has got some pops of his own, but Mixwell keeps it going. He's got the 3rd James, and now it's 2 players for Complexity to try to crash Optic out of this pistol round, but the bomb is ticking. It's ticking away.
Indeed, so Surreal looking to push on his lonesome. He is currently in mini pit with Sanks on short. They hear Daps. Now it's just down to Sanks. Sanks looking for the head, unable to find it. His head, though, will be found and quickly dispatched off. So Dan, so Dan, what percentage do you think Optic are?
To win this?
Yes.
Like
in the eyes of the public.
80%?
81%. Dan.
81%.
You are bang on the money.
Wow.
Complexity,
I'm good.
Complexity are 19%. I can't wait to see
the salt, the sodium.
To see the sodium
precipitating from the interwebs.
To see the Morton salt, Dan. The Morton salt. Where the broken into t-shirts at. Anyway, 4-12. Optic win the pistol, so they are not out of this by any means. How quickly though can they catch up? Stanislaw has bought a scout. I don't know why you would buy a scout when you are 4-12 down on Inferno of all maps. That makes no sense to me. I would rather have a sawn-off than a scout. And daf-fly's got an auto shotgun, which is
it's amazing.
I mean, if you're on CT side, auto shotgun, it's going to have more use than the sawn-off, but it's $1,000 extra. And he's been dinked already. Yeah. Like from that, he could just use a sawn-off from that angle. Obviously, you can't predict the angles in advance, but I mean, 2,200 on a sawn-off, you could buy a Galil, and you have better range advantage for less money.
Oh, Android's in there with almost 2 kills. It's getting really real. It's getting real. And now it's less real for Complexity. Losing an extra man there. See if anything else can go the way of Complexity. They got 2. Everyone is getting tagged down so much at the moment. But this angle from Mixwell is just the money. The money.
In fairness, I want to continue this conversation with myself.
Okay, yes, do that.
The auto shotgun did get an improved spread. So if you're expecting a stack, which is why he's buying it, then yes, you're going to pump some serious shells into the players if they're trying to rush you. You can hold an angle and just spam the shells in, and you will be good. So in that sense, it's fine. There are a variation of ideas you can roll with, but it's just curious to go because in the same sense, if you're getting rushed, a Max 10 will do the job as well. Although, if you're expecting the full force buy, then maybe the shotgun has better meat shots. But I just feel like if I'm not mistaken, it's $2,200 for the auto shotgun, and I just feel like it's not the best use of money, all things considered. But let's see, maybe it'll make him some money. It is $900 per kill after all.
If you're not done now, you can continue because it's an eco.
Well, he'll need 2.5 kills to make it pay for itself. After which time he can keep it and just go harassing the apps with the weapon. But Mixwell and Stanislaw, the AK is getting all the kills here, so daf-fly will not be making his money back just yet. And you can see the site has been taken. Rush looking behind him instead of watching the smoke, even though he has a teammate bottom mid, which suggests poor communication, Dan.
I love poor communication. I actually don't. I don't actually like it at all. I think it's abhorrent, James. But that is your word from now on, abhorrence. I guess you have a lot of words, to be fair. You have many words that you like to use. Depending on the situation. So much like that, we'll see Complexity now getting the buy-in, and the AWP is on Whitmer. So can the Optic side use that auto shoddy in the proper situations? It is a curiosity of mine. Complexity will send Whitmer with his good spawn straight to mid. Oh, he failed the bunny hop, James. He failed it, and now he's gonna backpedal because he's ashamed.
You can do some interesting bunny hops on second mid to mid at the top on Inferno because of the curved floor.
Oh, they did the
It's
nade
spacebar friendly, Dan.
They did the nade that you love so much.
They did.
The anti-box nade.
I think he hit the wall though.
No, he hit him straight in the face. He's got 80 health now.
Okay.
See, look, he's got 80 health.
Should have less then. If it was the full Bardolph, Dan, I would expect less health on the chap. So the auto shotgun is still in play, which is good, and in the apps, which is good. It's going to be very hard for the CTs to do much about it. The problem is, once you get to the balcony, there are many places to peek. You're exposed to the pit, but you can see Sanx has got a really strong position on the edge of the balcony, on the rail. I like to play this position, Dan. You can often find me here, just standing there admiring the walls.
You can often find me here. that's super weird that you said that, but I'm sure.
It's not that weird.
I'm sure it is going to be an interesting note for anyone who finds you in matchmaking. Anyway, we have the two snipers, Whitmer and Android, still looking for that first kill, but after a lot of harassment towards middle and forcing the CD setup to be more passive, Optic are going to go for the B play, hoping that they have done enough to delay the rotation to allow them a 5 versus 2. And they have done that, rotation coming in. They must make the frags fast, though. Oh, the AWP shot is missed there by Android. How many more chances will he get before he dies? Looks like the T's will take the site, plant the bomb, but they're stuck to the site. Here are the CTs moving quickly now, straight through construction and onto the angles. But Naf, he's in position. He's gonna, I love how he switches to the pistol to die, James. Never, in fact, once using his auto shotgun after all. And we'll have Whitmer there with the AWP now, trying to clean up house, just rush left. There's one frag, can't quite get the second, and that's gonna be a wrap. Complexity pick up the round, and that's them going to 13.
It is indeed. They continue their march to victory, Dan. Maybe inevitable, maybe not. Time will tell. The bomb has indeed been defused by the CTs, and they will go beyond double the score. Whitmer, ooh, he's got a good spawn for mid as well. 2 ops coming out for the CT side. And Mixwell going back to the big green gun as well. If he goes for a challenge in mid, he could be in trouble here because, again, Whitmer has almost, if not the best possible spawn to go for the mid peak.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's choosing not to do it then.
Yeah, I mean,
he's playing the safe.
You know, he tossed the flash over the top there as well, but it would have been nice to see someone like Def get a flash in there for him to peek with or something, you know, cute like that, or vice versa, you know. But you have no aggressive shenanigans. Shenanigans will not be had. They did it again. Just made a statement that answers it out. So Whitmer with another frag on the defense. Stanislaw getting punished there. This is really the danger of having multiple AWPs. You don't often see the double AWP setup on the CT side, but it's really good at defending angles in that way. And that's often the job of the Ts is to try to make it those peaks safe, getting AWPs off those angles. But you just never know where the AWP is exactly going to be. And Mixwell's going to have to try to punish somebody back. But the only person he's going to find towards Arch is indeed Whitmer, who has one of the 2 AWPs of the team. So this is not an easy situation for Optic, I think. I mean, Whitmer's very favorable to actually get a kill here. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he gets the tag there. Mixwell down to 16. Another quick flick shot, and he connects the shot. That's massive there from Whitmer. 2 big frags in this round from him. As the push comes in, they wanted to split onto B, but is it going to go here?
Yeah, they're coming in, but Mixwell just going to creep through the smoke. Surreal. Wow, I don't know how that just happened, but it did, Dan. And that puts us down to a 3 versus 3. Rush planting the bomb on the barbecue. That's coming in. He wants some of that barbecue, Dan, but the barbecue's been eaten and he's made an escape. Mixwell, though, is going to get taken down. Went back to the balcony too many times, Dan. He's already gone. And Rush will do the same, leaving Daps alone versus 3 to keep his team a little bit closer into this one. Can't wait too long. Almost a 3-man sprayed on it. Will be 2. Def has time to do this, and a kit as well, and he will indeed. Valiant effort by Daps, but it wasn't enough. Okay. 14-6.
We are starting to see Def just wrecking everyone, aren't we? It seems to be a pervasive factor, James, is the wrecking of Def. Wrecking. Help me, James. I cannot speak. Speaking is
Nobody
hard.
can help you, Dan.
I know.
You are too far gone.
But I am trying to ask for help, as futile as it may be. But yeah, Def is having a great performance across well, all 3 maps except for the one where they got completely stomped. But in the 2 maps where they have had big results, he's been a large part of the reason why. So now we'll see the smoke there onto the car position, just denying like super fast play from the T's, or at least attempting to do so. And of course, in depth throwing that allows the 2 T's on the B bomb side, CTs on the CTs on the B bomb side to be able to re-smoke. And so effectively,
How you doing, Dan?
you have
Good?
3 smokes there. I am surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior.
Are you Beyonce?
No, are those lyrics of hers or something? Did
They
she
are.
steal them from me?
They are. Well, I
I
wouldn't,
hope that wasn't verbatim.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, good. So, Complexity 2 rounds away from a crushing and most shocking result. And Complexity, one of the big name brands in Counter-Strike, still to this day commands a lot of respect. It would be great to see that resurgence coming in a little bit later into the CSGO scene, I would say, and trying to make a few lineups work. And here we are with this one, and they are about to potentially be able to take an upsetting victory away from the Optic hands. And here it is, push coming in right now. Mixwell going for the long range spray down, gets taken out. So this is not looking too fantastic right now here for the defense of Complexity. They've completely lost the bomb site, in fact, but only lost 1 player in the effort, although Surreal and Def are low on health.
Yeah, this is awkward. They need a frag early because they are well behind the choke points at present. Options will be limited, and indeed they will go for the save. That's a smart play. That's a smart play. Optic will take the round, but they will still have half the score of Complexity, and Complexity will save with 4 players. Optic don't have the money to chase either. This is a good decision. This is calm. They're playing the long game, Dan. They're here to win the war, not the battle.
Yeah. It's a really nice idea. Just the fact that if you actually do save 4 weapons, which is a big deal, then I mean, so like let's look at it this way: the percentage chances, like the expected value, let's say, of taking the bomb site back from those positions is very unfavorable, and with already a lot of nades expended, your percentage chance to win the round at that point is actually fairly low. Considering the health on the players as well of the CTs. A couple were very low, Surreal and Def. But their chances, percentage-wise, in the next buy round with said weapons, and this buy, as you can see, which is more than respectable, is very, very nice. It's not necessarily super high, but it's very decent as opposed to the end of the last round. So, indeed, playing it smart. And the only thing really is Sanks on that Mag 7, but you can see he's using it for purpose. But is it fit for purpose? Oh, gets the legs. And who's going to die here? Looks like Def and Def will die as well as Sanks. And Whitmer's going to get wrecked as well. Daps is low. Surreal and Android, do they go for this, or do they try to save? Very low health here. The save is going to be predicted, I think, by Optic. They might go hunting, in fact. So Complexity must be very careful. And already losing Surreal, that's a big deal. So Optic actually have a chance back into this now, I should say. And I did say.
You did indeed, Dan. Well, while Optic continue to string rounds together, the loss bonus continues to rise for the Complexity side. So their buys will get stronger following this eco round from the side. So Optic will soon be on double figures if things continue to go their way. There is still chance, opportunity. I would like to see a closer score. After the 2 routes we saw in the first 2 maps of this match, it would be cool to see one of these 2 teams edge a win out because, they won each other's picks, they won with dominance, so perhaps there's no particular standout deserved winner, although that nade gets a gold star from me, Dan.
Yeah, right on the masonry mortar. But the masonry mortar is strong, and Android himself is also trying to prove strong, still alive somehow, but he will eventually fall. It was inevitable all along. His soul will be claimed by the Optic side as they engage and take themselves at a B-bomb site. They pilfer all the goods, James. They steal the fish. The fish can be stolen, and they can be used in the tea aquarium. I would like an aquarium.
I had a shark in an office once. I bought a shark in one of those fish places. I don't know what they're called, right? And they had like rows upon rows of fish, and my shark was on the second top row.
Are you talking about fishmonger? Are you talking about like a stuffed shark or something?
No, a real shark.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like
Not a
real
dead one. We're talking aquariums. Why would you,
Oh,
why would you put a dead
oh,
fish in an aquarium?
Oh, you actually bought a shark. You have
Yeah,
you have an aquarium and you bought a shark.
Yeah, one of those pet fish stores. What are they called?
Pet store.
No, there's a name for them. I can't remember what they are. But anyway, well, let's see actually if Sanks can do any more damage here. He's taken down Rush and Daps, and he's dead. So I went to the shop to buy this shark, right? And they had these little
Why are you buying a shark?
these small pods or something, because I bought a Japanese fighting fish. Basically,
You wanted them to fight?
No. Listen,
Okay.
right. So there are these man-made fish which are like extremely bright orange and have massive eyes, and people like them in office like fish tanks and stuff because they're bright, but they're complete idiot fish. And I put a Japanese fighting fish in a tank because these fish kept bullying the other fish, and it sucked the eyeballs off my Japanese fighting fish less than 5 minutes into the tank. So it just like floated to the bottom and died, right? I put those...
What is this story?
Yeah, we'll come back to it because we're in a buy round there.
Is there more? Oh my god.
There is more, yeah, it goes on.
Oh my god, there's a Turpentine story as well. But anyway, the 5v5, a bit of a slow pace here is, again, the default is opted into by Optic. Oh god, that should not be a thing.
Move on.
We have Complexity just sort of waiting with bated breath. I think they have a stack on the quad roof. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So this setup only works if the other player near quad stays alive to draw a distraction, or if quad gets smoked off heavily, and so the Ts don't really check it, and then you can shoot them on the back with your M4, which is great. But Def is there. They've got a 3-man setup, so the A hold will be very strong, but Optic have actually gone here for the B play, so this is maybe their best chance for the round. Let's see if they can pull it out of the bag here. Q James.
I'm waiting, Dad. I'm waiting.
Stop waiting.
I'm enjoying the silence, which seems to drive you nuts. Well, Surreal with a 3-man spray down here. He has done massive work for his side. Optic bunching up and getting completely wrecked. This could be the death knell for the T side. The bomb is planted. The bomb plant attempt. The bomb plant attempt. Shut up. Match point for Complexity. Let's just leave it there and move on, because I was mad tongue-tied. The bomb plant is attempted, is what I meant to say.
The bomb.
It was attempted, it was failed, they got wiped out.
Yes, they did. So it's going to be now the 15-9. Complexity needs only one more round to steal this away from Optic, the favourites, 81% favourite in the eyes of all of you, and only 80% for me. Only 80% for me. So Sanks back onto the boost. So they want to use the triple man quad setup again, which it is very strong if the team goes for an A take of any sort. But Optic have shown a lot of splits into B as well, which this actually would help that kind of play potentially. We'd have to see how that would pan out in the end, but Archer's obviously completely clear. Either way, Optic potentially going just for a straight B play again. Can Surreal get another trio of frags? He's alone, James. He is desperately alone. Desperately alone.
Desperately alone in a cold world. That's the end of my poetry today. It's just cold. Well, the clock continues to tick. Daps has been taken down. The Lurk has been taken down top mid. Will that speed up the approach from Optic? It seems it will. It seems they're going to go straight into the B bomb sites. Surreal. Now is not the time to get grenades out. It's got a flash coming in from a teammate, but nobody's flashed. Rush take him down, and the sites will go the way of the T's. Stanislaw getting taken down. 2-man spray down to daf-fly, for Android, sorry. And he will make his escape. Tons of nades onto Sanks as well. He can smoke off Banana if he wants to, where there is one player in mixed goal, but he is about to get taken down from the back, although he manages to survive. Can the T's hold on here? Def alone versus 2. See HE in the hands of Mixwell. The clock continues to tick. Rush doesn't need to peek, just needs to hold the angle and waits for the defuse attempt to come in. He'll pop out and shoot Def straight in the face. This has not finished yet, Dan.
Yeah, 4 kills for Rush. Big round from him. That quad is going to be very, very nice. So Optic, not done, not out yet. However, Complexity, they only need one more. Is this going to be... What's going to happen here, James? Are we going to see... Are they going to give it up? Is it going to happen? After all this way, going all this way, they're going to get all the way to Mount Doom, James, and then decide that they won't throw the ring into the volcano, but instead, they'll take the ring home. Is that what's going to happen?
Sauron awaits, Dan. Sauron.
Let's take it back to Bilbo. Bilbo had a fun trip. Here's the ring back.
Bilbo Bagwell.
Took a picture.
The brother of Buff Bagwell.
Bagwell, great name.
This is an eco from the CT side. However, Optic are creeping up on them like Shinobi on the snares stand. They will never see them coming.
As some speed runs of that on Awesome Doing Sun Quick. It is awesome. Looks like we'll get a bit of fragging here from the Complexity side. They will get something done, and an AK stolen away too. Oh, Whitmer throwing that AK away. He's got a choice. He's so rich, James. He's swimming in guns. He can discard them as and how he wants. So now it's going to be the bomb down. Whitmer will just be trying to save this. He's got a smoke as well. So that is $3,000 of value on him. $3,000. Is he going to throw the smoke? He is. Interesting. That's actually kind of smart, actually, because if there was a player who went bananas to hunt him, that smoke will actually delay them. That's actually going to delay a little bit.
The smoke was nice.
See, here it is. Naf is there, and you can see how much this smoke is done. Naf is not even going to go there. That's actually amazing, isn't it?
I know where he is, guys. He's here.
He's locked. He's locked. He's locked.
He's lit. He's lit.
He's on the logs. He's on the logs. He's in construction, James. He's trying to get the generator working. If the CTs could only generate electricity, James, they would be unstoppable.
What is he trying to generate? A 16th round, perhaps?
So we should see if Complexity can pull it over the line here. Can they make it over the line? The line is waiting for them, James. It is begging them. Please. So here we go. Mixed Wells on the AWP, as is Whitmer. Whitmer, will he go for the deep peek? He's going for the conservative peek to second mid. Now, is he going to get lucky? Will there be somebody for him to shoot? Or will he go without a shot? It looks like the CT is just continuing the same setup they've been running more or less all the time.
That's the money nade. You see, that's what I'm talking about. When it lands properly, that's 50. That's a lot of. That's 45.
That's 100 damage on across two players.
Yeah, that's 45 to 50 damage. Done. Why don't people do that against FaZe? I will never know. Money nade. So easy to do.
They're strictly never used against FaZe.
That is the reckoning. Look at that. Well, Optic top mid now taking control here, forcing Complexity back. You can see that Complexity are forced to play Sight and Arch, but from the back towards Library. Sometimes you see teams go back up top mid and try to retake things, but these are risks that Complexity may not be willing to take. The Flusher likes to play around these rotation spots that Whitmer is moving in, but not with an AWP. So 40 seconds left, and Optic are suggesting A, but will it be A? It looks like it will be A. Rush to go down with the bomb on short, so that means the rotation should come in here for the CTs. daf-fly trying to do what he can, but Whitmer and Def are still alive. Def goes down, but the man advantage is with the CTs, but that rotation is far away. Bomb gets planted.
Yeah, indeed. It's a pretty interesting situation. This is quite doable for the CTs. It's very even, I think, this 2 versus 3. The bomb ticking away now, applying that pressure. The pressure to move for the CTs and to check all the spots, all the positions. Whitmer, will he swap out for an AK? Yes, he will. I think that is a smart choice. It's even almost fully loaded with those flip-side stickers. If he can get something done, the spray comes in. Oh, the transfer! Finds the headshot, dragging it straight across. The snap, straight to Graveyard. And that's going to be the round there. And the map. And the match. All of it, James. They take everything home. Well, it's only one match in this league. But still, that is going to be the shock upset. And what a way to do it right at the end. Yeah,
I mean, to win it with a 2-man spray down through the smoke, no less. Great spray control there.
Flick.
That was super nice stuff by Whitmer. And there we go. So Complexity with quite a considerable upset. But the thing is this just one best of 3 for Complexity? Or is this a larger step in the right direction where we're going to see an improved Complexity going forward?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because of of how they got completely crushed on one of the maps as well. How weird. Generally, I think it was kind of a weird series, but it's definitely a bit of a stepping stone for them. So we'll have to see. I think I was waiting to see is better than the speculation. But otherwise, it's impressive to see that we got a better performance, definitely a greater performance than the previous time we've seen them. Hopefully, the next time we could say that again, when looking back on this performance.
Well, our second best of 3 in North America today is going to be Echo Fox versus without a 5-man lineup. That's coming in about 40 minutes. We will see you back here for that. And again, after game 1, we will do the final cobblestone case in our inventory. Best of luck. See you later.